Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
What is going on, all of you Flick Freaks out there? We are back with episode 47 of the Flick Freak Podcast, your number one stop for all things film and television news, facts, and opinions. I am one of your hosts, Andrew Ormsby, joined as always by the heartwarming and lovely Shelby Ammerman.
Hey, everyone.
And his last podcast ever, the beard of the Baratheon, Zach Chadwick.
It's a very sad day.
Indeed,
Yeah.
you, my friend, are one of the three founding members of this podcast.
I know.
You, me, and Austin Fairbairn.
So 2 are gone.
2 are gone, 1 remains.
Yep.
You made it
That's
past a
happened.
year that you could say more than that about Austin. He's
Maybe
quit.
I could still do some guest spots when I visit.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do.
Hopefully.
Because Austin, he's living where you are heading, Chicago area.
Yeah.
And he's...
Well, I'm about 2.5 hours south of him.
So you'd be 6.5
6.5 hours from here, yeah.
Nice.
If I don't stop to pee.
So how far away, this is the most important question, how far away are you going to be from like Giordano's or the Real Club?
Well, I'm as far away as I am from Austin. But there's a store about 15 minutes from my house that sells Giordano's pizzas frozen.
Hopefully they'll
And
taste just as good.
I've had them before, and they taste just as good.
Well, that's good to know.
Just get a bottle of ranch, get some ranch to dip the pizza in.
You guys make me hungry.
Ooh, you haven't lived until you've had Giordano's deep dish pizza.
It's pretty much
Never even heard of
It's pretty much
it.
a fact. It's the greatest pizza on
It's
earth.
a pizza that's about as thick as my soundbar right here. It's like a cake.
Yeah, it's a pizza cake. Just call it that. That's fine.
And the crust isn't doughy,
No, it's flaky and buttery and perfect.
but it's as thick
The
as
mouth is
Andrew's
watering.
soundbar.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
How do they do that
probably not
without
quite that
burning
thick.
it?
Oh, they slow cook the shit out of it for like...
They have a
long-
secret recipe passed down generation to generation.
Yeah.
I don't
Huh.
know if that's true or not, but it sounds cool.
Yeah. I'm going to try and find a picture of it while you're talking about how your day has been, Shelby.
My day has, well, not really much has happened. I woke up and took a shower and came here. But I'm going to the circus after this, so that'll be fun. That looks delicious.
I gotta pack later.
I'm really hungry.
I've done almost zero packing, and I move in less than 2 weeks.
I have realized how much stuff I do have because I'm getting ready for my move too. And as you can see by how messy my office is right now, just like going through closets trying to find stuff, I have at least twice as much stuff as I thought I did.
You know what
And I
pisses me
use like
off?
1/8 of everything I own.
All you fuckers, all the cool people that I know are moving closer to where I'm moving from. You're moving like 3 minutes away
From your old house.
from my old house.
Yeah.
My brother's friend who has all this badass video game shit,
Mhm.
and I went over to his house the other night and played 8-player Smash Brothers, which was the most fun I've had in a long time.
Nice.
He's moving next door. His brother's moving on the other side. So there's all these cool people moving like 3 minutes away from where I'm moving from. It's bullshit.
Speaking of video games, before we go any further, we got an announcement to make. Flick Freaks now has a Twitch page. You can watch us
Oh,
play video
yes.
games. And Zach, you're still going to be a part of that, too.
Oh, yes, I have an Xbox One and internet connection, and I will be streaming that shit.
Excellent.
You can watch me play Neverwinter Nights or fucking Walking Dead Season 2.
Watch you cry your eyes. Oh, no, I didn't really cry in Season 2. I cried in Season 1.
I didn't, but
really?
I still thought it was really good.
You're a robot. All
I
right.
am.
I think it's time. Oh, by the way, you can find us at twitch.tv/FlickFreaks.
Andrew Ormsby, you saw Fast 7.
I did
What
see
was
Fast
it
7.
like?
Okay.
This is Fast 7, right?
Yeah, it's Furious 7.
Whoa, Furious 7.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, you know there's a bunch of people out there that get very anal about what you call the
Such
Fast and
as
Furious
my
movie.
brother.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's just weird. This is like his movie.
Yeah. Furious 7. Amazing cars, over-the-top action, scantily dressed women, and cheesy one-liners.
Dude, the chick from Game of Thrones is in that movie.
Yeah, she is.
She's really pretty.
You know who else is in this movie?
Chev Chelios.
Ronda Rousey. And Chev Chelios is in this movie, too. Although he's more the transporter in this movie than Chev Chelios.
No, he's always Chev Chelios.
No, he's Jason Statham and he's beautiful.
An amazing villain. He really is. From the get-go, you're just like, this guy is awesome. The movie starts panning in on him just talking outside of a window, and you realize that he's in his brother's hospital room, and his brother's like hooked up to a whole bunch of machines like he's about to die.
Is it still Luke Evans?
It's still Luke Evans.
Nice!
He's in the movie for 2 seconds.
I don't care. It's still awesome.
And it's pretty much just Jason Statham saying like, my entire life I've taken care of you, little brother. I'm going to do this for you one last time. And then you see him walk out of his brother's hospital room, and the entire hospital is like destroyed. There's like 100 dead SWAT guys everywhere. Like the building's on fire and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And does he call Vin Diesel on the phone and go, "Now I'm going to take your family"?
He says, he does call him on the phone, and he goes, "Toretto, you don't know me, but you're about to." And then it pans away, and you see him standing over, what was the guy's name? Han is standing over Han's body.
Nicely done.
What's another thing? The Fast and Furious movies, they try to define themselves for a very long time now what kind of movies they're going to be. And it's only, if I think you agree with me on this, it's only like 5, 6, and now 7 that they've really hit their stride. And that they're really like, these are the movies we're going for. We're not going to try and like cross jump between genres of film.
It's true, because the first 3, I think they even might have started finding themselves with the 4th one. But the first 3 were kind of their own universe, and the second one was just...
I don't know anything about Fast and Furious.
That's fine.
Other than Paul Walker's dead.
It started out as like street racing, street cars, hot chicks... And that's all it was.
Yeah.
And then it became a heist movie.
Yeah.
Which is when it totally became awesome.
Yeah. That's when you're like, these...
Although I still think Tokyo Drift is a good movie.
I think
don't care what anyone says.
Only ever seen the very, very first one.
It's a good movie.
I really remember when I saw it in the theater.
It was my I think it was my sophomore year of high school when that movie came out.
I don't remember. I just remember thinking, man, I want to get into street racing.
It was 2001 when Fast and Furious came out.
I was a junior in high school. I'm so old.
The first hour and 15 minutes of this movie is like the craziest cool action scene, and then the last 5 minutes are the most heartbreaking moments of your entire life. If you told me back in 2001 that I would cry during a Fast and the Furious movie, I would probably laugh at you. I really would.
That's awesome.
Going back, watching these movies, it did affect me when Paul Walker died. I was a little upset, but then time went on and I kind of buried it, But when the film came out and seeing him at the very end, pretty much, they CGI'd him. So,
right, over his brother.
Over his brother, yeah. So they had his brother say a whole bunch of stuff. Like, he pretty much walked up to everybody and said goodbye.
Huh.
Like, it was like, sort of like a homage, like him really dying in real life, and him now being able to say goodbye to everybody.
That's pretty fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, and then Vin Diesel's like, I don't want to say goodbye. And then he like gets in his car and he's driving off. And you know how in the very first movie there was a scene at the very end?
Yeah.
With the Charger and the Toyota Supra. Well, in this one you see Vin Diesel at a stop sign and the Charger, and then you see Paul Walker drive up to him in a brand new white Toyota Supra. Nice. Sort of like going back to the original one. Yeah. And Paul Walker's like, I'm not letting you leave without saying goodbye. And then they drive off together, and then right before the camera ends, you see Paul Walker go off by himself.
Huh.
And
cool.
You know what? I cried, like hard cried in the theater.
Damn, dude.
Because it was like really emotional. They had a beautiful song going on and everything. And then I was like, man, I'm going to be really embarrassed walking out of this movie theater and people seeing that I was crying. I got out in the theater in the hallway, and the biggest, scariest looking dude you've ever seen in your life were bawling their eyes out. I was like, oh, thank God. If these guys are crying, really then I'm safe. But yeah, it was like everything you expect in in a Fast and Furious movie, and then just like that icing on the cake of like them being able to add something real to it, just took it over the top and made it my favorite Fast and the Furious movie.
That's pretty hard to do because the last one was pretty good.
It was really good. Before this one, the first one was my favorite, and then Fast 5.
Is
Fast
Fast
5 was
5
where they went to
the
Brazil,
fucking-
and they were driving the safe
Yeah,
through the
that
streets.
one's probably my favorite one.
That was pretty great.
I haven't seen 7, obviously. I've seen all of them. 2 was the weakest one.
I hated
For sure.
2.
Even though it had probably the best bad guy in it.
No, I didn't think he
I'm
was
a big
that
fan of Cole Hauser.
I didn't
he's
think
awesome.
Hauser. He was a really good villain in it was Pitch Black that he was in, wasn't
Oh,
it?
that's such a good
Oh
movie.
God, that was the nightmares of my
good
childhood. That
Pitch
movie
Black
was. Yeah, my
Such
dad
a
watched
good
it one
movie.
time, and for the rest of my life, I've been scared of the dark.
Really?
Thank you, Vin Diesel.
Oh,
You know,
man.
apparently
It's
you
those
can...
fucking
you
things
could
that
get
hit
your-
you with their head and like split your head open with their like
Yeah.
sharp
Apparently you
hammerhead
could
thing.
get shit injected in your eyeballs now.
Yeah, they
that
have
makes
that.
you look like he did in that movie, and you can see in the dark.
Yeah, you can have night vision.
But
now by
it's
these drop-
temporary.
Yeah, it only
So
lasts
that
for 5 hours.
that right there makes me not want to do it. If it was permanent, I'd do it right now.
Well, the thing is, if you did it, you wouldn't be able to see in the daylight.
You'd have to have those
sucks.
stupid goggles.
Because what it does
I'll
is
wear
it,
them. I
it
don't give no
expands
shits.
it expands your pupils, like it dilates them to like an extreme level. To
Well, then
where
let me have an ability
more
to
cones
turn
and
it
rods
off
can
when I
interact
want.
in the night.
Or just have it in eye drops and be able to, whenever you want to see, just.
Maybe that's what like
Ooh,
Navy
that
SEAls
would
and
be
Black
cool.
Ops people
Yeah.
are going to use instead of like night vision goggles now.
Just use it as eye drops.
Maybe the government already has that, and they just haven't told you.
Whoa!
Conspiracy theory.
All right, guys. I think it's time to move on to the news.
The news. There is
news.
lots of news.
Well, take us through all of it, my
We're
friend.
gonna start. We're just gonna start with Masaoka Hiro is returning for Heroes. Woo!
Oh, the
Japanese guy. Yeah,
hated
the
that
time
guy.
traveler.
Hated
liked him.
that guy.
I liked him a lot. He was one of the more interesting characters because it seemed like he was the only one that had conflict. Like he was trying to constantly live by this standard and not fuck everything up, and he just kept fucking everything up.
Yeah.
And he was a total badass. When his future self came back in time, he was a total badass.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
Plus,
I'll
his
give you
dad in the
kudos
show
for
was
that.
George Takei.
Yes, that was the only redeeming quality. George Takei
I
was
love that
Papa
man.
Shita.
I started watching, or my wife started watching iZombie, which is the
Apparently,
show.
that show is actually good.
It's actually decent. I'm not gonna watch it, like stay up with it, but it's actually not bad. The guy who played the dude who had the same power as Hayden Panettiere, and he like turned.
She was the best part of that show.
I
Just
beg to
'cause she's
differ. But he's in this show iZombie, and it's really weird. It's like Veronica Mars meets fucking I don't know what else. That's all.
What was that? Zombieland.
Yeah, Veronica Mars meets Zombieland.
She's
But-
like a morgue mortician, but
Right.
she's also a zombie. And
But
if she
the zombie
eats the
apocalypse
people,
hasn't happened yet,
so she eats people, and then she can find out how they died.
and she has like visions and shit.
Yeah.
And
It
there's
just
not.
sounded weird.
Yeah.
There's too many shows on the CW that I watch right now, and
Did
by
you
too
just-
many, I mean
not
Arrow
enough.
and The
Did
Flash.
you just say that she eats
The Flash
people
is
and
so
find
fucking
out how
good.
they died?
Like she's
Like-
a mortician, like they'll bring in a dead body,
And
and they're
she'll
like,
eat
"We
their
don't know how
brain.
they died," and
Yeah.
then she'll eat the dead body, and then she'll
And
be
she
able
starts
to find out
working
how
with
they
a
died.
cop
Oh,
to help
God,
solve
okay.
murders and stuff.
Yeah, see, when you say that, just she eats people and then finds out how they died.
You're like,
I'm
well,
like,
she knows how they died,
yeah,
so she just
she
ate
ate them.
Touche.
That's
No,
funny.
no. But apparently, the show is actually like surprisingly decent. It has an 8.0
It's
on IMDb.
not
so-
bad. I mean, it's definitely not the best show on the CW.
That's
but...
The Flash or the Arrow.
The Flash is the best show on the CW.
Arrow
I
is
will
really
fight
good.
you
I
for
started that too.
You started it.
Yeah, and I do like it a lot.
Seriously, dude, you
Here's
need to
the
go
thing.
back.
That guy
I
is
can't-
on Vampire Diaries
Oh,
I tried. I
yeah.
I think I
and
only watched
New Girl.
the first
Stephen Amell.
2 episodes
Yeah.
of Arrow, and I just couldn't get into it.
Dude,
He's in New Girl.
Here's the thing.
I don't remember that.
He's
With
Cece's
Arrow-
boyfriend.
Here's the thing with Arrow, it takes you like half the season, and then it turns into Game of Thrones. It doesn't matter how important you are; they will kill you off.
I want to watch it because Jack Barrowman's in it, and I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of Stephen Amell, I love that segue. He's going to be Casey Jones in the next Ninja Turtles movie.
What?
I'm way okay with that casting, even though the movie's probably going to suck butt. But
Yeah.
the first one I didn't.
John Barrowman, the face of Bo. That's how I will always know him.
He's so awesome.
A lot of people are going to be like, no, he's Malcolm
He was in a
Merlin.
couple episodes of Scandal, basically playing himself. But it was still awesome. Anyway, the first Ninja Turtles movie wasn't terrible, but they were a little too superhuman-y for my liking. Like, what was awesome about the original Ninja Turtles is that they were just... They weren't, like, more awesome, like, more super than regular people. They just were ninjas.
Yeah.
They just happened to be turtles.
They're giant talking turtles.
Oh.
Of
No,
course they're
not in the
superhuman.
originals. In the originals, they were, like, not any bigger than a normal person.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's still a giant turtle.
Touche.
Right, but...
But it's
Damn
a
it,
giant
you're
talking
shooting
turtle.
holes in all my logic.
Yeah.
They're already superhuman.
Yeah. But, okay, here's a huge spoiler for a bunch of people. If you don't want to know this, then I would say skip ahead to, like, 20 or 30 seconds from now. Huge spoilers on the Ninja Turtle universe front. They just killed off one of the turtles forever.
What?
It better not be
I don't care.
Michelangelo.
Do you guys want to know which turtle it was?
Sure.
It doesn't fucking matter because it's bullshit, but yeah, go ahead.
They killed off Donatello.
That was
That's
what Brody
fucked
went
up.
for. That's who he went as.
If you're gonna
for
kill any of the
Halloween.
turtles, you should kill Raph.
Because he's just so careless, and
Because he's an asshole.
I like Raphael. He's not my favorite. Leonardo was always my favorite.
Michelangelo's always my favorite.
Yeah.
Donatello was Brody's.
Donatello was actually my
Man.
second favorite.
I
Actually,
like him.
I'd
Dang
take
it.
if I had to pick a favorite turtle character, it would be Casey Jones
Hold on, how
or Bebop
how
and
did he
Rocksteady.
get killed?
I don't know. It was just on that they said that he's no longer. They killed off his character, and he's not going to appear in any more canon,
That's fucked up.
like linear canon story.
Did they tell you why? Did they say why?
They probably did. I just didn't read it because after I
Okay.
found out, I'm like, well, I don't care anymore.
That's some bullshit.
Oh, well, I've never watched Ninja Mutant Turtles.
It's in the
whatever.
comic books that they
you
did it.
should.
Apparently, the comic books are
Never
crazy
read it.
violent.
Never got
I
into
need to get
it.
on that.
I just know that my little cousin Brody, who I babysit, I
That was
took him
his
for
favorite.
Halloween. He went as Donatello.
Well, I mean,
So I
in
assume
the
it was his
cartoons,
favorite, yeah.
in the movie, he'll still be around, so you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's in the
I
cartoons?
honestly don't know a lot of.
it's in the comics.
It's in the
Comics.
Yeah.
Because apparently the comics were the first things that came
Yes, and the show, the cartoon, and the movie actually are way different than the comics,
out. Yeah.
from what I've heard. I don't know that for sure.
No, Casey Jones, John Barrowman, I'm all for that. Hey, real quick,
John
a bit of
Barrowman's
news
awesome.
that is pertinent to today if I get this podcast edited and aired today. Winter is coming, my friend.
Game of Thrones starts tonight.
Yes.
I went out last
Lame.
night. I was in Branson. Shut your face. I was in Branson all day, and I came home and I said, I'm going to go to Brown Derby and see if they have any.
Oh
Game
my
of
god,
Thrones
I saw that on
on beer.
Facebook.
And
Did
they did, and I bought one bottle to drink and one bottle to keep.
Nice.
Yeah, he put it
so-
on his
And
What's
Facebook.
the design
name
is
of it?
way
Is
cool.
it the,
It's
Winter-
Three-Eyed Raven.
Three-Eyed Raven.
So
Oh, that's cool.
it's got a design of the guy in the tree from the last episode last season, and it's some kind of ale. I know
It's
it was
dark
Saison
Saison
ale or something
yeah,
like that.
Saison.
Austin probably knows
Ale.
what that is. I don't. I
'Cause
know
I was
that the last
confused.
beer I had, I got the Dragons, the Fire and Blood ale.
Yeah,
And
that's
it,
the one I thought.
It was not that great, but it was also probably the most unique beer I've ever had.
So have you
They,
already
like,
drank
brewed it with
this
peppers.
Three-Eyed Raven, or are you
No,
saving it
dude,
for
I'm
tonight?
saving it for tonight.
Okay.
Drinking it on. Speaking of the show, okay, so I'm more excited for this season than I was for last one. Even though I thought the last one was going to be really good, and it was better than the second season, but not as good as the third.
I was disappointed.
I wasn't.
There are, like, the most...
There were parts I was really disappointed at. I really
the most
thought.
disturbing scene in any Game of Thrones episode happened last season.
Was
With
it
the
the Mountain and the Viper? Yeah, I could see that.
That it really did mess me up for at least a couple days. Like, I felt sick.
I'm most excited for all of Sansa's and Stannis' storyline because they're going to converge this season. And all of her shit is unknown because
It's not written yet.
They've already passed her stuff in the books.
Are we still talking about Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's important.
You can still be tuned out. We'll let you know when we're back.
But there's all new stuff, and I know people are going to be pissed because they're going away from the books, but you can't translate everything from page to screen.
And
there's
because
some really
George
cool...
R.R. Martin is slow as shit.
What he did say...
I don't care what he says.
He came out and said that this time next year the next book will be out, so I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that's true. But this season they're going to do a lot of cool stuff.
Okay, when did he write the first... When did...
I think the first
Game
book
of
came
Thrones
out in 96.
96.
That was 2 years after I was born.
Do you know how many books Stephen King has written since 96?
Speaking of Stephen King, did you see what happened 2 days ago?
Is this something about Dark Tower?
It is.
I have not heard this.
Sony, and I think it's MCG, have said they have a plan to adapt the series to screen.
You have no idea. Dark Tower, to me, is what Game of Thrones is to Zach.
Yeah.
Never heard of Dark Tower.
And
I'm a little confused about Game of Thrones. So, the first book came out in 1996.
Right. And
2 years after I was born. But it's just now getting big.
2 years after that, the second book. 2 years after that, the third book. And then I think it was 5 years or 4 years after that, it was the fourth. And then 6 years, it was the fifth.
I've been growing up with Game of Thrones since I was a 2-year-old.
Pretty much.
And I never knew it existed until...
Because you're not a fantasy
last year.
nerd. But going back to the Dark Tower...
the Dark Tower, he wrote the first book in 1982. And the last book was written in 2012. So.
Yeah,
why?
Because Dark Tower is totally different than Game of Thrones. This is Stephen King's homage to The Lord of the Rings. It's a futuristic, post-apocalyptic...
fantasy thriller.
He takes characters in the Dark Tower series from Wizard of Oz. He takes them from Harry Potter. He takes them from different forms of literature and a bunch of them from his other books, and he converges them all into one book. And it's the greatest thing on the planet.
I couldn't get into it.
And it's older than I
read
am.
the first three, and after that I just couldn't get into it. It's older than
Zach.
Yeah, technically it is. But,
it is.
3 guys come to mind that can play this role.
And I've never
Are you talking about
it.
Roland Deschain?
Roland Deschain. Javier Bardem, which I think he said he's not going to do it.
I wouldn't want Javier Bardem to do it.
I think he's awesome. But these 2 guys I think would be perfect. Viggo Mortensen or Michael Fassbender.
Not Fassbender, he's too handsome, because it says in the books that Roland Deschain is not a handsome man.
And Michael Fassbender
let's go with
is
Viggo
beautiful.
Mortensen then.
Viggo
Flick Freak
Mortensen's
Podcast
also
wants Viggo Mortensen for Roland Deschain.
He's also pretty
You know
attractive.
who I would... My dream...
Very attractive,
Roland Deschain...
Is it Clint Eastwood?
It's obviously Clint Eastwood, but it's like 1990 Clint Eastwood. He's too old now.
He's
so
old
if
as
I had to
balls
pick somebody now, I'd pick Daniel Day-Lewis.
No.
He's pretty too.
I don't think that he would work in this kind of movie. I really
Or,
don't.
not Javier Bardem, but who is Javier Bardem's doppelganger? He was in... Oh, this is going to drive me crazy if I can't think of it.
What was he in? Tell me and I can tell you who it is.
Watchmen. He was in Watchmen.
Oh, that fucking guy who was in, he's, the dudes from, what is that, Supernatural?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes,
Jeffrey
that guy.
Dean Morgan, yeah. He would be a great Roland Deschain.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Although, I would still if Hugh Jackman was slightly less hot, I would say Hugh Jackman, because that's kind of a cool role for
slightly
him.
less hot,
but
you
I
have
think,
to take him down
I
a
think
lot of notches.
I would vote for Viggo Mortensen in this
Viggo
role.
Mortensen.
However, I actually think it would probably be better with that guy you're talking about. Because Viggo Mortensen either does super artsy movies now, like he's really into independent movies, or he does something way over the top like Lord.
Really,
you know who
which
just
one of
popped in
these
mind who
guys
would be a
would marry
really
me?
good... Actually, 2 people just popped in mind who would be really good Roland Deschains. Ian McShane
He's too old, but yes.
or Jeremy Irons.
He's also too old, but yes.
Jeremy Irons.
Well, Roland Deschain's like 1,000 years old. So...
Okay, touche.
Yeah.
Touche. I can't argue with that.
Okay, but yes, if you've never read the Dark Tower series, get on it. I've read the entire series 5 times over and over again.
I have not.
You really need to, because you and I made a pact together that if I sat down and I read all of the Game of Thrones books, you would sit down and read all of the Dark Tower books. I fulfilled my pact on her like 2 years ago.
I know. I have the audiobooks. I'll fucking listen to them.
Wow, Zach.
I know.
Wow.
He's a piece of
I'm a
shit,
terrible
isn't he?
friend. I'm a
That
piece of shit.
that friend card.
Yeah.
I'm a total
You
piece
gotta
of shit.
take out your friend card.
You think that he's
and-
actually moving away, but I got sick and tired of him, so I banished him like
Yeah.
2 states over.
Yeah, it happens.
You're not even allowed in Missouri anymore.
It is 2 states. No, it's only 1 state.
It's only one.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn you, Missouri, you border like 8 different states.
Bruce Campbell is going to be in next season's Fargo.
Is he really?
He has signed on to do it.
I don't want to give up Martin Freeman and Billy Bob Thornton. I just don't.
I thought. Wait.
Oh my
I thought
God.
they said that Billy Bob would be in every season.
I really hope he is. I don't know. You
I
guys said
thought-
that the cast changes.
I thought Billy Bob was the one character that was going to recur.
Well, I sure love him. I love his character. I love how easily he can lie. It's so great. His sociopath is so great. I
How
love
many
it.
episodes do you have left of Fargo?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah. I actually just got to the episode where I can't find people who actually want to watch it with me. So when I'm like, let's watch Fargo, they're like, no. I'm
You
like,
have to watch
damn
shows
it.
with people?
I live with my mom, my grandparents, my Aunt Cindy, and my little sister. So,
You all
my
have to share the
grandparents,
TV.
yeah, my grandparents never leave the house, and if they do, they go play bingo, and then my Aunt Cindy stays there, and she's like, oh, my TV time. So
Do
then
you
I
have
never
a-
get the TV ever.
Do you have a fucking tablet?
Computer or
No,
tablet?
I do have a laptop, but a dog chewed up the cord, the very beginning cord.
Can your
to
phone
the,
have Netflix? Or
uh,
I guess it's not on Netflix. Son of a shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can get
Damn.
Netflix on my phone, but I just got to the part where those 2 brothers, the deaf brother and the other one from Fargo,
Oh yeah.
I just got to the part where the one with the beard got his throat slit by Billy Bob Thornton.
Spoiler
And
alert! I was gonna watch
spoiler
that.
alert, I'm sorry.
Oh, you can still watch it.
Yeah, that's not the main part, but I was very sad because I really wanted him to live. He's so funny.
No, it was actually really good because that one of the brothers you're talking about is what's his name? He was in Saving Private Ryan.
Is it Matt Damon?
No, it's Adam Goldberg.
Okay.
Is that the one with the beard?
Yeah, the bearded
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's so funny.
Glenn Howerton is actually in Fargo, which is great.
Who's Glenn Howerton?
He's Dennis in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, he's the bronzer guy.
He's the bronze.
He's the you left bronzer on your what's
Yeah.
that called? Your
your
nipples?
note, your
no
ransom letter.
ransom letter. Yeah, you left I'm taking over.
It's great.
I do have a question, and it's also spoiler alert, but I need to know.
If
Is
it's
the
about if it's about something that happens in Fargo, I'm not going to tell you.
I know that she was shot, but I was just wondering if she was actually dead.
Who?
The lady cop. Remember in the blizzard, he shoots because he's scared. The other cop does grimly,
Oh,
and
why
then
don't you just watch the episode and find out?
How
because
many just started
I need
watching-
to know this. I don't want her to die. She's the best cop in the whole fucking place.
No, she really is. Because the only other cop is Bob Odenkirk. Better Call
Oh
Saul.
god, and he's so terrible.
Oh, he's
he's-
great. I love.
No, he's awesome, but he's the worst cop
He's a terrible
in
cop.
the world. The worst, and he gets chief of police. The worst.
He's worse than
Option.
Chief Wiggum.
Yeah. No, he's pretty much Chief Wiggums.
That's
He's
awesome.
terrible.
Man.
He does not
Okay.
want to listen at
We
all.
have more
ever.
news.
Trevor
Yeah.
Noah is going to replace Jon Stewart on the Daily Show.
Yeah, he is. He's the he's the African correspondent, isn't he?
I think so. I just know that a lot of people were freaking the fuck out about it because apparently he said some shit like years ago on his Twitter that people didn't like. And so you know how internet culture is today. They comb through everything trying
And they
to look
never
for the dumbest
fucking
shit.
let it go.
Oh my
never
God,
let
it's
it
just
go.
dumb.
I think he said something about like he never thought he'd be more afraid of police in America than he was in South Africa or something like that.
I don't know. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Which,
All right, moving
that
on.
totally makes sense. I'd be more afraid of police in a different country, although we're going crazy.
No, he said he's more afraid of police here
than in South Africa?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, although we're kind of
But
losing it.
it's up to him.
Kind of
We're
losing
white. I'll just go ahead and say it. White people in this country normally don't have to be afraid of the police like other races do.
And
I don't
moving
know
on to less
That's
heavy
necessarily
shit,
true either.
Macy Williams is going to be on Doctor Who next season.
What?
I know. Isn't that exciting?
What?
I know.
What?
I'm not even close to being in the last season.
You're still on David Tennant, aren't you?
Yep, I'm still on season 2
What
of
the
David
shit?
Tennant.
I didn't even. I skipped around those doctors. I watched all of Eccleston and then skipped around with the other ones.
I love
How did
And
you
I've
Eccleston.
skip around?
I've seen all of Peter Capaldi, and I think Peter Capaldi is awesome.
I haven't seen Matt Smith or Peter Capaldi. I've only seen David Tennant and Chris Eccleston, and honestly,
Tennant's the best.
I went to
I like Chris Eccleston better.
I
Just
went to
because
this
I love him.
Five and Dime store in Branson yesterday,
Yeah.
and they had this giant Doctor Who thing that opened like a book, and in it was a figurine.
Like a phone booth?
Yes.
What?
And it
Was it bigger on the inside?
It painted like the TARDIS. It was the TARDIS, and it opened, and it had a figurine of all the Doctors from every Doctor Who, and it showed you their year to year talking about them up to Peter Capaldi.
Did they have John Hamm on there?
John Hamm was in Doctor Who.
He was on like a
old?
special.
I haven't seen.
He
that.
was the original Doctor. Like the fall of oh my God.
Gallifrey.
Yeah, Gallifrey.
Yeah.
He was the fall of Gallifrey Doctor.
Oh, nice.
There's a
I didn't know John Hamm was on that show.
No,
John
it's
Hamm-
just one episode.
John Hamm's a badass.
It's an episode with John Hamm, David Tennant, and Matt Smith all together,
Oh, cool.
doctors at the same time.
That's awesome.
I think it's called The Day of the Doctor.
Yeah, Lauren went and saw it. They
How
had
can-
it at the theater.
Did they?
Special, yeah.
How can they have more than one doctor?
At a
Converging
time?
If it's all the
timelines.
if it's all the
They
same
converged
person.
all the timelines
Yeah.
together.
Apparently, it was supposed to clear a lot of shit
does
up.
that
It
mean
did
Rose
clear
is
a
still-
and it was so freaking cool. Even Peter Capaldi was in it, but you only see it was the episode they announced Peter Capaldi was the Doctor.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we need all the Doctor's helps. There's all 12 of, or there's all 13 of them, and they're like, no, 14. And then you see Peter Capaldi rushing in with a TARDIS, and you're like, who is that fucker? And you're like, that's the new Doctor.
Nicely done.
It was really cool. It was really, really cool.
Nicely done.
Look at
wait.
you smiling over there.
No,
You're like,
this is all confusing. All of the shows are confusing.
it's timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly
wibbly
stuff.
wobbly stuff. Yeah. HBO Now launched 3 days ago. How awesome is that?
I don't have Apple TV, so...
Well, you can get it on
I
your phone,
hate Apple.
Yeah, I could get it on my phone, but it's what,
and you can
20...
get it on your computer.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Why
Because
couldn't
it's
you?
not a
They
Mac.
said they were going to do that.
Yeah, but not originally. It's only streaming to Apple TV and Apple devices for the first 3 months.
Oh,
So,
just for Game of Thrones.
yeah.
Ah,
So you can watch it on your iPad, your iPhone, but I don't have $20 a month right now. I'm saving up for a
15.
very... I think it's... Is it 15? I thought it was 20.
$14.99.
Well, I don't have that.
Well,
Well, I don't have that.
I'm gonna, when I move, I'm not gonna get cable. I'm just gonna have HBO Now and Netflix.
I'm actually thinking about getting TiVo at my new apartment. Because I'll have cable. I don't want to pay for a service to where I could... what am I trying to say?
DVR.
A DVR.
Well,
Like,
it
if I
depends on
wanted
who
to
you
get
get.
But
Because
it comes with cable.
TiVo does?
No. I'm saying, like,
Oh,
my apartment comes with cable.
Oh.
So I don't want to pay
Who
for an
is it?
additional... It's Mediacom.
Oh.
But the internet that they're putting in is fiber internet.
Sexy.
Yeah. It's not going to be gigabyte. And it's not going to be gigabyte fiber. It's going to be like 80 megs.
That's pretty fucking
It's
good.
pretty fucking good. Because what I have here is I think I have 18 megabytes here. And it'll be
Damn.
free. Free fiber internet.
Shit, son.
Yeah, I was calling Uverse, and I was like, hey, how much is Uverse, just the internet? And they said it was about $55 a month.
It's about that, yeah.
And I said, well, that's kind of expensive. Because originally when I called my apartment complex that I'm moving into, they said we have 3 megabyte internet. And I'm like, we upload videos to YouTube, we have podcasts. 3 megabytes isn't going to cut it, so we're going to need to up it. And so I went to AT&T and I said, can you guys install it? They're like, yeah, sure. So I called my apartment back and I said, hey, I'm going to get Uverse, don't worry about it. He's like, before you do that, hold off, because in about 60 days, we're having a contractor come in to put fiber internet. And
you said,
I had to go clean my
what?
pants. Because
you had to go clean your pants?
Yeah. That's some sexy.
Because you literally shit your pants.
Yeah. Oh, I love fiber internet. I can't wait.
Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that Deadpool will be rated R.
Has it really been that long since we've done a podcast that's the news?
Yeah.
That was, hands down, the most meta / coolest way to announce that Deadpool is going to be R. An April Fool's joke?
Ryan Reynolds
that's
is
brilliant.
Literally a cool dude.
Yeah. And the fact that Mario Lopez was doing the Easy TV interview, that guy has not aged since Saved by the Bell.
I can't get past, and I don't know him as a person, but I think he's probably a giant dickhead. Because I think somebody had said he had a wife or a fiance who was pregnant, left her while she was pregnant to go get married to somebody else. That's a pretty dickish move. So I can't really like the guy anymore.
All I remember is...
Plus, he was my least favorite character on Saved by the Bell.
Elizabeth Berkley was fine. And then she was in that movie where she was a stripper, and that was great.
That's on Netflix now.
Is it?
It really is.
Was that Showgirls?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix now.
Oh. Yeah, that was the coolest way to announce that April Fool's Deadpool will be rated R, because, it had Mario Lopez. He was all like, it's really it's really a good idea that you and the studio are making Deadpool a family-friendly movie. And Ryan Reynolds is like, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's family-friendly. And then Mario Lopez was saying stuff like, I have vague familiarity and knowledge of Deadpool because I remember he was in the Wolverine movie, and Ryan Reynolds is like, yeah, he was in the Wolverine movie, but that's not who we're putting on the screen right now. You could tell he was frustrated with what they did with Deadpool back then.
They completely fucked his character in that movie.
Yeah, they really, really did. But they're going to do him justice now. I can tell. With everything that they've been doing, with, him breaking the fourth wall, and just even that 5-minute screen, test screening of Deadpool they released 8 months ago.
Yeah.
This is going to be a damn good movie.
I'm going to try and get through the last couple bits, because there's more. There will be a 4th season of House of Cards. That's been announced.
Hopefully be better than season 3.
Haven't even watched it. I only watched the first episode. That's all I could watch.
Here's the problem with season 3 of House of Cards. Season 1 and season 2, Frank Underwood was the villain. He's not in season 3.
I've heard that somebody described it to me the other day. They said it's amazing how incredibly genius he was through season 1 and season 2, only to be a complete fuck up in season 3.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. George R. R. Martin is developing an HBO series called Captain Cosmos. I know nothing about it. They didn't really say what it was about. They just said that he's developing it.
Okay.
John Hamm might be Negan in The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's such good news.
That
Wait, for the next season or just in the future?
They just said in the future, because I don't think Negan's going to be in the next season.
Lame.
It is lame.
No, the whole
If-
walking
I
down
knew
to
that's where you were
everything is
going
lame.
with
If he might be in the second half of next season.
Yeah.
Maybe. But as far as the first half, I don't think he's in.
How about that season finale, man?
That was awesome.
That was amazing.
That was a great way to end a season.
Yeah.
I said,
Just to see how much he's changed, you're like,
yeah.
whoa. Because you could see it in Morgan's eyes. He's like, Rick?
How badass is that guy?
Oh my god, he turned into a freaking ninja!
He is a ninja. He's a black ninja, post-apocalyptic
A blinja.
A blinja. Olivia
That
Wilde's
was probably the most racist thing I've said on this podcast,
It
so
really
I'm going to
probably is.
apologize for that.
Olivia Wilde's going to be back for Tron 3 along with Garrett Hedlund.
Is Daft Punk?
I would hope so. They haven't said, though.
I actually rewatched the other day Daft Punk's Grammy performance of Get Lucky. Just how amazing was that?
They're so awesome.
Yeah.
Last Man on Earth got renewed for a second season.
Have you watched that show yet?
No, my wife watched it and said he's one of the most unlikable characters in any show.
It is one of the funniest shows on TV right now. You would love it.
I might have to watch it. Ryan Gosling's going to be in Guillermo del Toro's next movie, Haunted Mansion.
Really?
Yeah, he signed on for it.
I hope Ryan Gosling is done making those artsy movies.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Nicholas
Only God
Winding
Forgives was not good.
Yeah.
Um,
When Drive came out, I'm like, wow, Ryan Reynolds. Okay,
that was way cool. But
and then he did Only God Forgives, and now he has this new movie coming out with Matt Smith.
I've heard it's not good.
Yeah. Well, he only directed it. I don't even know if he's in the movie or not.
I don't know.
But all I know is, he needs to get back to... and I hate saying this, he needs to get back to making movies like Crazy Stupid Love.
I know, that was a good movie.
That was such a good movie.
One of my favorite movies of that year.
Oh my goodness.
Brent Spiner is going to be in Independence Day 2. How they're going to do that, I don't know. Ian McKellen, this is probably what I'm most excited for. Sir Ian McKellen is going to be Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast.
What?
Isn't that awesome?
That's going to be great, except for Emma Watson's ruining the entire movie.
Shut your fucking mouth. God.
That's true.
Emma Watson is a treasure.
She is
that
not.
we should treasure.
She is the gum on the bottom of my stilettos.
Yes.
Oh, I just want to go back to Data. So, what's Data going to be doing now?
I don't know, because he got killed in the first one.
Yeah.
So how is he going to be in the second one? Is he going to be a different character, maybe?
What are we talking about now?
In Independence Day.
Okay, because you jumped back.
I was
confused.
I was thinking about it, and then he talked about...
Yeah, I was on Beauty and the Beast
Beauty
still.
and the Beast.
Okay.
But I want to go back to Brent Spiner.
Puppeteered in the first one and killed.
Yeah, he did.
So how is he going to be in the second one? Unless he's just a different person.
That'd be funny. What if he was like Data? He was a robot and he only pretended to be dead. And he just grew out that shaggy hair. You know, for the longest time, I did not know that was Brent Spiner in Independence Day 1.
I didn't know it was Brent Spiner until I saw that.
Really?
I swear.
And then you put the pieces together, you're like, wait a minute, he was the guy with the shaggy haired...
Right, I didn't know until I saw that.
No, it did take me a long time, because he doesn't look like him.
No, I think of him as Data and the guy from The Big Bang Theory. He was in that episode. He opened that Sheldon's toy that Will Wheaton gave him.
I don't remember that.
And then he said,
You've
"Go
seen
away, Brent
Independence
Spiner."
Day?
I did a long time ago. Like when I was a kid.
Do you remember? It was the part in the theater where I asked my dad to take me out because I got too scared.
Oh man!
Where the alien is like killing the people in the science lab. It did freak me out.
Oh, he's the guy from Master of Disguise, rather.
Just say he's Data.
He said Master of Disguise?
Yeah, he's the bad guy. Brent Spiner's the bad guy in Master of Disguise.
That fucking movie.
I loved it. That movie, I thought it was hilarious.
You remember that scene in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where
I turned that movie.
That movie's so funny.
I love Jay and Silent Bob.
This is a conversation for you two.
That movie. You remember that scene where he's like, "I'm going to make you eat your own shit, and then shit out your shit, and then make you eat your own shit that's made up of our shit that you made us eat."
Yeah.
That movie is a pile of shit that's been eaten 3 times and shit out.
Which movie?
Speaking of eating
Master
and pooping shit, they just released a trailer for Human Centipede 3.
I've never even seen the first one and will not see it.
Saw the first one.
I think they're stupid.
They are the dumbest things on the planet. This one takes place in a prison where they do it's like 100 prisoners, and at the very end you see like 100 prisoners like lined up like that. And you're like, it doesn't matter if it's 3 people or 1,000. It's just equally gross. Adding more people to it doesn't make it different. It's still...
Yeah, as I'll say, I don't understand really the premise of the movie other than... I understand
stupid.
What the Human Centipede is because you guys explained it to
Rob
me.
Zombie's The Devil's Rejects.
But I haven't seen
stupid.
that.
Yeah, or House of 1,000
Rob
Corpses.
Zombie kind of scares
I saw
me
The
a little
Devil's
bit.
Rejects because I saw the preview and I thought, that might be okay. And I rented it and said, this is the dumbest shit I've ever watched.
Rob Zombie
Chris Hardwick
scares
is
me,
actually in House of 1,000 Corpses.
Chris Hardwick's awesome.
He is a pretty great guy.
They have an app on the Xbox One now that's actually pretty cool. For Nerdist.
Chris Hardwick app?
Nerdist.
Oh,
Nerdist.
okay.
He runs Nerdist. That's what
He runs so many things. He does that. He does At Midnight, which is amazing if you haven't
I
watched
need
that
to
show.
watch it. He does comedy Bang Bang too.
Yeah. There was a Rooster Teeth at midnight. And it was one of the funny. It was Gavin, Gus, and Bernie.
That was probably funny.
It was
Gus is a lot funnier than he thinks he is.
Yeah, he really is. If he was probably on the podcast, he goes, "I know how funny I am." He'd probably say something like that.
Do you ever watch those Thug Life videos on YouTube? That are amazingly hilarious. You need to watch some of them. There's one that starts with Gus, and it's one of the Patch podcasts. And what's her name? Is it
Barbara Dunkelman?
Barbara? I think it's Barbara that's on the Patch all the time.
No, that's Alice.
Okay. Well, they're talking about
I can't remember now.
Subscriptions for certain things. I think it was like Xbox Live or something.
Yeah.
And she was trying to do the math, and Gus did it like right away. And she said, "Oh, it must all be all that knowledge in your brain." And Gus said, "No, it's in my dick." And then it's like Thug Life, the Ashley glasses, Jenkins. The deal with it glasses.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
It's really funny.
Did you know that Rooster Teeth launched a new channel on YouTube?
I didn't.
Funhouse.
Oh, yeah. I tried listening to the first Dude Soup podcast, which is the Funhouse, and I didn't
watch their videos. They are funnier than the Let's Plays that Rooster Teeth puts out.
That's pretty hard to do. What do they do?
It's the exact same thing. It's them playing video games for like... It's a lot shorter than a Let's Play. You know, a Let's Play that they do videos
they
are like...
do up to like an
hour. These are like 10-15 minutes. But they do quick edits to where like they'll like post like a GIF on the video. Yeah. They're the funniest things you will see on YouTube right now. I really do believe that the Funhouse videos are the funniest things. Huh. And I might get to meet them in August when I go to RTX.
Yeah, if I wasn't buying a house, I'd probably go.
You're missing out, man.
I'm not buying a house, and I probably won't go.
That's because you...
I'm going to meet everybody except for Ray.
Oh, yeah? Is he not going?
I don't know. I was just saying that, because Ray Narvaez Jr., for those of you who are listening who are Rooster Teeth fans, Ray is quitting Rooster Teeth. He announced it this week.
Why?
He wants to do Twitch, like we do. He just wants to do that. Which I don't understand, because I don't know how much money you make on Twitch.
Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, let me just throw this at you. All right, I watch Hearthstone Twitch all the time.
Yeah.
Hearthstone is a Blizzard digital TCG, and it's always 2 or 3 on the Twitch stream. League of Legends is always one, but it's always the second or third most popular
League of Legends is number 1 right now. I just checked.
So, I think, let's say, I watch this guy, his name is Raynad. He runs this team called Tempo Storm, and one of the best Hearthstone players. He's won tournaments and all this shit.
Okay.
I watched him last week, or the last time I saw him, which was a couple weeks ago. He had 22,000 people watching him at one time. Of those 22,000 people, he was getting donations probably every 20 seconds. Anywhere from $3 to $100.
No shit.
So if you have that many people watching you at one time, let's say 1,000 people donated $3 in a minute. That's $3,000 he just made in a minute with just playing Hearthstone.
Why have we not been doing Twitch this whole time?
I don't know.
We've been doing these stupid podcasts that we have to pay to get put
up.
And
that's just him. There's some people, like this other guy I watch who has maybe like 3,000 viewers at one time. He still gets people donating $3, $10, $50.
Jesus.
So, yeah. That's how you do it.
Apparently.
Now, you have to have a lot of viewers. You can't be somebody who just does it here and there and make any money off of it. You have to do it like hours a day.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Well, any more news?
No. That's it.
Well, then I think it's time that we move on to trailer talk. What do you think?
I think so.
We have 4 trailers today, not that many. The first movie we're going to talk about is called The 33, directed by Patricia Regan, who gave us Girl in Progress and Under the Same Moon. Written by Miko Elan, he gave us 5 Days of War and Voice of Dissent. This movie stars Antonio Banderas, Rodrigo Santoro, Code de Pablo, Juliette Binoche, and Gabriel Byrne. Pretty much what The 33 is about is the Chilean mine collapse back in, was it last year or 2013?
I think it was 2013.
Okay, it was the Chilean mine collapse where 33 miners were trapped underground for 69 days. It looks so freaking good. This looks like, honestly, I think it looks like an award-winning movie.
It looks good, but I'm probably not going to see it till it's on Netflix.
I'll check it out for sure. It'll be a movie I'll go and see in theaters if I can find it anywhere.
You forgot one of the actors on this.
Did I?
Yeah, Lou Diamond
Blue
Phillips.
Diamond Phillips. That
La
crazy
Bamba.
bastard.
I mean, come on, Richie Valens. You can't just leave him out.
My bad.
He's totally in this. I was looking. I was like, I don't recognize any of the names as him. And then I looked on.
Why have you not?
I wanted to make sure it
Lou
was the same
Diamond?
person, and then I did, and I was like, okay,
He deserves
yes,
to be
yes.
mentioned.
Okay. What do you guys think? The 33?
Like I said, it looks really good, and I like Banderas a lot. I probably won't see it till it's on Netflix. I mean, I'm super picky about the movies I go to the theater for anymore. Have you seen The 13th Warrior?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
That was also a nightmare of my childhood.
Did I lend that movie to you?
What?
I think you lent it to
13th
Austin
Warrior?
one time.
No.
I never got it back.
Not the 13th Warrior. I still have 2 of your movies, but that's not one of them.
I know that, what's his face? Brian has a bunch of my movies I want back.
I need to get
What's
I need to
face?
get those DC animated movies for me before I go.
Sure. Yeah, I got a bunch of those.
Oh, I need them.
Oh, they're so good, dude. Have you seen Flashpoint Paradox?
No, I need to.
I only have
Didn't
2 or
that
3.
Ackerman dude say that that's
Yeah.
what they're doing the show on?
I don't know about that, but he's the one who talked about it.
Yeah.
I need to watch.
Okay.
You have to watch the season finale. It's so crazy. I want to talk about it.
Okay, before we go any further, I need to apologize to Shelby real quick. Because I went to go and talk to James Ackerman the other day, and we were talking about Batman and the Flash and all this stuff.
He just came in and started talking to Mr. Ackerman, and then went
And I
to
didn't
leave.
realize she was sitting like right next to him.
I was working.
And I'm like,
I was
talking
working.
to
I was
him
receptionist.
for at least 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, dude, I'll see you later. And all of a sudden I go, well, fine, bye, Andrew. And I look, I'm like, oh my God, Shelby, you were sitting
That's
right
so
there.
fucked
He was
up,
Shelby,
man.
are you in there?
That's so fucked up.
And I was like,
I
yes,
felt-
I've been here the entire time.
I felt
was
so
here when
bad.
you walked in.
That is awesome.
I would have stayed to talk to you, but I had to get to class, and I'm like,
You're
I'm sorry,
fine.
I really gotta go. And I'm like, oh,
You're
I feel like
fine.
such a dick right now.
No, it was
Oh,
just funny
shit.
because while they were talking, I put myself into the conversation like 2 different times. Neither one of them noticed, but I did comment on their conversation.
I felt
That's
so
what
bad.
happens
then-
when nerds get together.
I
felt-
guess so.
I felt so bad. Oh, I was like,
That's
oh,
amazing.
Because
My day's been made.
I had
You're a
this.
dick.
Okay, this, for those of you who don't know, this is going to be our last podcast for a while until we can find another host. And I told that to Shelby, and okay, this is the week. I have to explain this to you, Zach. This was the week. So this was Tuesday that I told Shelby we're not going to be doing the podcast until we can find another host. And she goes, "Why do you not like me?" And we're like, "No. I don't. Of course I like you." And then the next day I come in and I totally just zone her out.
Perfect
and
timing.
This is like, it could not be the worst timing
Oh,
for everything.
man.
I'm like,
So
I'm
he really
such-
hates me.
that's
This is
amazing.
really
Such
what this
a
sums up
dick.
to.
I was trying to do it subtly to tell her that, okay, I'm tired of her. She thought that Let's Be Cops was a great movie, and I just can't deal with that right now.
I just can't. She likes Frozen,
She
and
likes
you know, I
Frozen.
gotta kick her
I
out.
gotta slowly push her.
Speaking of Frozen, I went to this a friend of my brother's, or he's cool. He's not. I know him. It's an acquaintance, but he's
You
my
know your
brother's
brother?
friend.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
hope so.
Well. Anyway, and we were waiting to get started playing the game, and somebody started streaming the Let It Go video to his TV. And it's this room full of dudes, and all of a sudden Let It Go comes on. And
they all
I
start
thought it was
singing?
really funny. No, Thomas was about to burn the house down. Because he works for this company called Arc of the Ozarks that
Yeah.
they work with special needs people.
Mhm.
And one of his clients one day, from 6:30 in the morning till 9 at night, watched Frozen.
Stab
Back
that
to back
mother.
to back to back to back.
Well,
back to back.
that's better than being in Renovations part of Arc of the Ozarks where they throw things at you and kick you and bite you and
Yeah. Oh,
pull your
that's where-
hair.
That's
Did
where
you
they
do-
put my little 5'4" wife. And
Yeah,
then she
that's where
was,
my
like,
cousin
pregnant.
worked.
She was pregnant and they wanted her to keep working in these houses. And I said, no
Mm-mm.
fucking way.
Yeah, no, it's a dangerous place.
Almost as
Renovations dangerous.
Almost as dangerous as the conditions those poor Chilean miners were in for 33 days.
Oh, shit.
I wouldn't say quite that dangerous, but
I said almost. Okay, so the next... I'm going to see the 33. Are you?
Probably not.
I probably won't see it in theaters, but when it comes out on DVD, I'll probably go to Family Video or something and get it.
Speaking of Family Video, how the fuck is that still around?
I know a guy who works at a Family Video, and apparently he makes bank.
How
he makes
are they
like
surviving?
18 an hour.
Every time there's one on North Glenstone.
Yeah, the one next
by
to
the Price Cutter.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the one next to the gun store. Because it is next to the gun store.
Next to the gun store. And the barbershop.
Yeah.
That place is always fucking crawling with
and when he says the gun store and the barbershop, he means the gun store and barbershop. It's one store. So
it's because Family Video is literally the only video renting place here in Springfield now.
Every other video store went out of business. They even had
It's because of Family Video. That's why Blockbuster went out.
No, Blockbuster went out of business because they had a poor business plan and Netflix beat them to the punch with streaming.
And Redbox came out.
Blockbuster was my favorite.
But
it's my childhood.
I don't understand how with Netflix, Family Video is still a thing.
Yeah.
Because Netflix doesn't have nearly enough on it. It has so many things.
I would rather
But it's really easy to be like, I've seen everything that I want to see on Netflix.
I did the upcharge for HD on Netflix. That's fine. It's another $1. I would rather pay for that and wait a little bit longer for a movie than have to drive my ass to the video store and then return the movie later on.
It's not just waiting a little bit for the movie. Some of those movies will never be on Netflix. There are some shows that will never be on Netflix. Anyway.
And that's not me at all. If they're movies that aren't going to ever come out on Netflix, chances are I saw them in the theaters.
Or there's the people that can't afford, $9 to $12 a month.
So they're going to spend $5 every time they go rent
So they just go rent 1 or 2 movies, and it's not... They have 50-cent movies. They have $1 movies.
I'm with Zach on this one. Because whenever I went to Family Video, it was like $2 to $3 to rent a movie.
Okay, so let's
just
say
true,
it's
though.
$2.
They
let's
have
just
a
say
whole...
it's $2 a movie, right? So let's say...
But it's not $2 a movie. I'm saying they have a whole section that's like $1 per movie or 50 cents per movie.
What are the quality of those movies, though?
They're good. Like Casanova would be in there, classic movies.
That's fine. Let's say it's $1 a movie. Let's say you go every weekend to rent a movie. And let's say every weekend you rent 2 movies. So you're spending $8 a month to rent 8 movies. If you spent $8 a month to Netflix, you have thousands of shit you can just stay at home
But
and
let's
watch.
put it this way. Not everybody watches movies like we watch movies. A lot of people just want to go and say, I saw this preview, so I really wanted to see this movie.
It must
Get
be
it,
people that
walk
don't
out.
have the internet.
Yeah, it's probably people that just don't watch TV that much.
Because if you have the internet...
Why would you pay for Netflix if you don't watch movies all the time?
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Why would you get Netflix if you don't watch movies all the time?
I guess that's true.
Exactly, so why would you just
I'm saying it's convenient.
But then why would you have cable? Because I bet 90% of those people have cable.
Yeah, but watching Law & Order is different than getting Netflix.
Law & Order's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying...
Boom!
Boom! I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I get it.
We're running on time here, so we gotta get through these. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is Season 2 teaser of True Detective. This looks so freaking good. Nick Pizzolatto, who is the creator of this show, he's going back and he's writing Season 2. The Season 2 is going to star Vince Vaughn, Colin Farrell, Taylor Kitsch, and Rachel McAdams.
Didn't they do a great job of making her not look amazingly beautiful in this preview?
She looks tough.
Yeah, but she still looks hot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she still looks hot, but they didn't, emphasize that they were going more for a badass female cop. I think Vince Vaughn is the villain in this season. From the picture that they're painting in these trailers, he looks like the rich kingpin of the new season. Speaking of kingpin,
Colin Farrell looks like he's going to be a Matthew McConaughey type-ish character.
Yeah, he has a great mustache.
I know, it looks awesome.
And Taylor Kitsch looked like he hasn't eaten in 5 weeks.
Oh, he still looked hot.
He looked like
Oh my
McConaughey did in
Don't you say Dallas Buyers Club. No, he did not.
Here's
No,
the
he
thing.
didn't.
He was just skin and bones.
With the show
No,
this
he was
season,
beautiful.
they're not going to capture the magic that was the first season. It's not going to happen. People should not expect that to happen. It just needs to be good, and it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Because True Detective Season 1 was totally different from anything that had ever been on TV before.
I think it starts this, like, right after Game of Thrones.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I know that Silicon Valley starts.
Aw, shit. Season
Tonight.
2 tonight. Woo!
Alright. So, True Detective Season 2, are you going to watch it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to watch
I have
it.
HBO now, bitch.
Have you seen Season 1 of True Detective, Shelby?
No.
Oh, get on it. It's better
Do you
than
really
Fargo.
think that it'd be a show for her, though?
Probably not. You would probably hate it.
Yeah.
Does everyone die?
No.
A lot of
You
people
would
die.
just probably hate it.
Why would I hate it?
Woody
It's very
Harrelson
dialogue
and
heavy.
Matthew McConaughey.
I
it's
love
very
Ma-
dialogue heavy.
I love Matthew McConaughey and I love Woody Harrelson.
No, they are
but
both different from...
I don't.
Woody Harrelson is a total dick.
It's
And McConaughey... Have you ever seen Matthew McConaughey's Lincoln commercials where he's sitting there talking very ominously about stuff that just doesn't make sense?
about driving
No.
the Lincoln.
About driving Lincolns.
It's very dialogue heavy. There's not a lot of action. I just don't know if you.
Then
would
I
like it or
probably
not.
wouldn't. I have a hard time paying it. I like West Wing, but I have a hard time paying attention to West Wing because they talk a lot and I get lost in what they're saying.
It's pretty much McConaughey talking about like philosophy and stuff, and Woody Harrelson saying that you're just a creepy dude. You're just a creepy dude.
An alcoholic could go bang
I'm gonna go bang the hottest chicks on the planet that in normal life I would never have a shot with.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like
Woody
he wrote
Harrelson would
those
totally
things.
have a shot with hot women, and not just because
No,
he's rich.
I'm
not
sorry.
these. No.
But the girl who was like his
The first
thing-
one, his first fling, not the younger one.
not the younger one, the first one.
Who was?
There is no way in hell Woody Harrelson would have sex with her in real life.
Yeah.
She is way
There's
too
no
hot
way
for
in
him.
hell she would have sex with
But
Woody
you guys are
Harrelson.
looking at just looks.
No,
He's a funny motherfucker.
no. A in the show.
Okay, that's probably true.
Okay,
He's a funny
Here's the
motherfucker.
thing.
A
In
guy
the
who
show,
can make chicks laugh can do that. Yeah.
in the show, he's a dick.
Yeah, but that's in the show. You're saying real life. In real life, he'd never have.
Okay,
A
his
shot with
character,
His character
his
would
character
never
would
have
never
sex.
have sex with these women.
Okay.
And his wife is.
Hmm.
It's not Maggie
Well,
Gyllenhaal. Who is his wife?
Hot women tend
What
to
are you
really
talking
like
about?
His
assholes.
wife in the show.
Sometimes.
What is her name?
Oh, in True Detective?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life.
No, what is her name?
It's Rachel Monaghan.
Rachel
Or
Monaghan.
Michelle Monaghan. Michelle
She's
Monaghan.
beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I thought you meant his wife in real life.
No, I don't know
No.
who his wife
In
in
True
real life
Detective
is.
Season 1, yeah, it was Michelle Monaghan. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, so I'm going to watch the shit out of it. The next movie we're going to talk about is called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Thank you to whoever on YouTube it was that said I really needed to check out this trailer.
Yeah, for
It
real.
looks so good. Directed by Alfonso Gomez-Reyon. He did American Horror Story. And he did Red Band Society.
Red Band Society is actually not a bad show.
I've never seen it.
It only lasted one season because Fox canceled it.
It's written by Jesse Andrews, who did this. He's done Me and Earl and the Dying
Yes.
Girl. This movie stars Nick Offerman, Connie Britton, who a lot of us remember from Friday Night Lights, and I think she's in this new show called Nashville. It also stars John Bernthal from The Walking Dead and Fury. Also Molly Shannon, who was great in SNL. Thomas Mann and Olivia Cook.
Connie Britton, what'd you say she was in?
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, she is in Nashville. She plays the older country star.
Yeah.
Hayden.
Penitentiary.
Blah,
Is-
blah, blah, blah.
Wait, is Connie Britton the one that has the cancer? Is that the girl?
No,
with
no,
cancer?
No.
That was
Is that
the
Olivia Cook?
mom.
that was Thomas Mann's mom.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman's wife.
No, in this.
Nick
in
Offerman.
Me and
Yeah.
Earl and the Dying Girl. That was the.
No. Olivia Cook was the cancer girl.
That's okay. That's what I was asking.
Connie Britton was the woman who played the boy's mom in this
Olivia
trailer.
Cook is in Bates Motel.
Okay.
She's the girl with the. She has some kind of respiratory illness
I
that
think-
she's not supposed to live very long, and she carries around an oxygen tank.
I think
Typecasting.
if you looked up the definition of manly, Nick Offerman's picture would be next.
Oh
to
my
it.
god, I
Yeah.
love him.
Are you okay? Is something stabbing you?
No.
You just look like something on the couch was poking you.
Mm-mm.
No, yeah. Nick Offerman, Men of Men.
Yeah.
Actually, I bought my friend the Ron Swanson Pyramid of Greatness poster.
That's amazing.
One of the funniest things that man has ever done.
It was pretty good.
Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, it's about two young men who befriend a girl who is dying of cancer. And what these two guys normally do in their spare time is they make cheesy knockoffs of movies like James Blonde and 248 to Yuma.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And they said, hey, we're going to make a movie for you. It looks like a little heartwarming love story.
It's going to be incredibly sad. It's going to be another The Fault in Our Stars. And if The Fault in Our Stars was awful and made you cry and you never want to see it again, then you don't want to watch this movie.
I said in the video or YouTube reaction to this video, I said, The Fault in Our Stars had a very narrow marking of where they wanted to go with their marketing. They're like, this is who we're going to go for. We're going to go for this.
They fucking did it.
And Me and Earl and the Dying Girl looks like it has a very broad spectrum of the audience that they're going for. So I think it's going to be better. It's still going to be sad, but I think it's going to be a lot funnier. It's going to have a lot more, like, character development than Fault in Our Stars did.
Yep.
So the last movie we're going to talk about... Oh, first off, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. You going to see it?
I will probably see it, but again, it'll probably not be in the theater.
Shall we?
No.
You don't want to see it? You want to see it.
I want to see it, but I know I shouldn't. And if I do see it, I'm only seeing it with my sister.
I really want to see this movie. I think it looks great. Last movie we're going to talk about is called Masterminds. Directed by Jared Hess. He gave us Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and Gentlemen Broncos. Written by Danny McBride. The guy from Pineapple Express, This Is the End, Tropic Thunder, and Eastbound and Down.
I didn't know he wrote any of those things.
He didn't. He just starred in them.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought those were things that he gave us.
No. It's just Danny McBride. If you don't know who that is, he's in Pineapple Express, This Is the End, Tropic Thunder,
really
Eastbound
funny.
and Down. Yeah,
he really
hilarious.
is.
Masterminds stars Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis, Zach Galifianakis, Owen Wilson, and Mary Elizabeth Ellis.
Yes.
Based on a true story of a night shift guard who stole $17 million from a bank.
Did they ever catch him?
Probably. Because they made a movie about it.
Well, yeah, but they could make a movie about it even if they didn't catch him.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they did catch him. I honestly don't know.
I mean, Quentin Tarantino made a movie about killing Hitler, but they didn't actually kill Hitler like that.
We don't know.
Oh.
We don't know.
Looking it up.
For all we know, Inglourious Bastards is based on a true story, and Downfall is just German propaganda.
Oh.
What?
Mind equals blown.
So, this movie does look really funny. It's definitely a lot different than like a Napoleon Dynamite or Nacho Libre kind of humor, but I think it looks hilarious. It really does. Jason Sudeikis is just a hilarious guy.
I'm just okay with him. I don't think he's terribly funny, but he's funny in parts.
He's hilarious in We're the Millers. He's hilarious in...
Is that the Jennifer Aniston movie?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
He's hilarious in Horrible Bosses.
I did not like Horrible Bosses.
Oh, dude. Horrible Bosses 1 and 2 were both great movies.
You saw 2?
I saw 2. It was really funny because Christoph Waltz was in Horrible Bosses 2, and
Maybe
Chris Pine is in it as well.
Christoph Waltz is awesome.
Is the movie Masterminds based in Florida or elsewhere?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, it's based on the 1997 Loomis Fargo robbery.
Fargo!
Okay. Yeah,
Fargo!
I thought you might like that.
Shit.
But there's one in Florida, and this one's not to be confused with the one in Florida, it says.
Oh, okay.
But it was a robbery of $17.3 million in cash from the Charlotte, North Carolina regional office vault of Loomis Fargo and Company on the evening of October 4th, 1997 by armored car driver and vault supervisor David Scott Gant. It ultimately resulted in the arrest and conviction of 8 people directly involved in the heist, as well as 16 others who had indirectly helped them, and the recovery of approximately 95% of the stolen money. It was the largest cash robbery on U.S. soil at the time.
Damn.
Wow, that's cool. That's
so there
really
you go.
Cool.
That's according to Wikipedia, but
I'll take it.
Oh, fake.
Yeah. Pixar shins. All right. That's going to wrap it up for trailer talk.
And I will see that one.
You will see that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I'll probably see it too.
I'll try to see it. Shelby, would you mind giving us the
Oh,
Fairbairn
yes.
forecast? What can people go and see in theaters right now?
Let's
I know you can go and cry your eyes out in Furious 7.
Did you see how much money that movie made?
$147 million.
Shit.
And that was like a couple days ago. I haven't checked
Did
since
you hear they're saying that Avengers 2 is going to be the first movie to make $200 million in a weekend?
Really? I've already bought my ticket.
I can't wait to
Are you
see
going to go
it.
with this?
It's
For
going
what?
to be awesome.
Avengers?
I'm not going to get to
Opening
go
night.
with you.
I don't know about all that. Opening night, it's always so crowded.
That's the
So,
point.
that's the point.
I hate movie theaters anyway. They're just uncomfortable and terrible. And then when there's more than,
I haven't told you guys this yet, but my new apartment has a movie theater.
Dude,
That's
I remember,
nice.
I know, but because when me and Lauren were looking to move out of our apartment before,
Mm-hmm.
that was one we looked at.
And you saw the movie theater?
And we saw the movie.
Do you have a
and we're
gym?
That's cool.
I have a gym.
And
And a heated pool. And a hot tub.
Nice.
And a tennis court, which I'll never use. And a
Nice.
basketball court, which I'll never use.
what's the pet policy at your apartment complex?
You can have pets, you just gotta pay a fee.
Okay. Okay, well, on April
Yeah.
7th,
April 2nd.
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2,
Blech.
which I'm really excited for. I saw the preview and I was
Oh my
so ready
God.
for it.
Kill me now.
I think it's hilarious and I love Kevin James. I don't care what you guys say. Unfriended.
Stupid.
Yeah, it does look stupid, whatever.
I'm not into those cam horror films.
I
Yeah.
don't know. The cam is fine. I just think the premise is stupid. And I don't like horror movies in general because I just don't think they're very good.
Child 44.
Ooh,
The fuck is that?
it's this movie that has Tom Hardy and
Oh, yeah.
Mark Lewis Jones,
Is-
Xavier
is it
Atkins,
John
and
Malkovich
Joel
in it?
Kinnaman. It doesn't
what's his name?
say it. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. I
Gary
felt like
Oldman,
an
that's
idiot because I
Um,
could remember Gary Oldman's name.
It's about a disgraced member of the military police investigates a series of nasty child murders during the Stalin-era Soviet Union.
Yeah, that movie looks good.
In communist Russia, children steal you.
Boom.
And then there's...
I like that little throat chuckle there, Shelby. Thank you.
It's-
like,
it was
you're
funny.
a fucking idiot.
Okay, maybe a little. The next one is Disney's Monkey Kingdom. That's a nature documentary.
Never fucking heard of it.
I think, isn't Earth Day coming up soon?
Probably.
I don't know.
I think that it's one of those Earth Day films.
Well, it's a nature documentary that follows a newborn monkey and its mother as they struggle to survive within the competitive social hierarchy of the Temple Troop, a dynamic group of monkeys who live in ancient ruins found deep in the storied jungles of South Asia. And it's directed by Mark Linfield and Alistair Fothergill. And it stars Tina Fey. I'm assuming she's the narrator.
Oh, Tina Fey is awesome.
True Story is also coming out, which I'm gonna go see.
I don't know what it is.
It's the one with James Franco and Jonah Hill.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
True
I
Story.
really want to see that. Let me know how
I really
it
wanna
is.
see
If
it
you tell
too.
me it's good, then I'll go see it.
Okay, deal. And then it's going into this weird, they stopped doing the buzz, so they were closer together. I was like, now the list is weird. Alex of Venice, which looks like some kind of independent drama, like some indie film. It's weird looking. A workaholic attorney is forced to reinvent her life after her husband suddenly leaves. Beyond the Reach, Felix and Mira, Monsters, Dark Continent.
Oh! You remember Monsters? That was the old Gareth Edwards movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this is the sequel that he has nothing to do with. It looks atrocious.
Terrible.
It looks giant sand bugs.
The infected zones have now spread worldwide, it says.
Yeah.
Pass.
The Deadlands.
That sounds cool.
After his tribe is slaughtered through an act of treachery,
Oh!
Honji, Maori chieftain's teenage son must avenge his father's murder in order to bring peace and honor to the souls of his loved ones. Vastly outnumbered by a band of villains, Honji's only hope is to pass through the fear and forbidden Deadlands and forge an uneasy alliance with a mysterious warrior, a ruthless fighter who has ruled the area for years.
Huh. Cool.
Right on.
And then as of April 24th, you can go see The Age of Adeline, Little Boy, The Water Diviner? Diviner.
Water Diviner.
Okay.
That's the Russell Crowe movie where...
Yeah.
That looks so good.
Where he's looking for his sons.
Looking for his sons, yeah.
Adult Beginners and Misery Loves Comedy.
Before we stop, the other day I saw a documentary called Game Over, which was an investigation into the urban legend of Atari dumping all of the ET cartridges into a landfill in New Mexico.
Great documentary.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it was all just an urban legend.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
I wonder how, much in danger those people were going through the, waste dump to look for stuff.
I don't know. They obviously did their homework. I mean, they had... I'm sure it's not the first time they've ever dug through that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
True.
They probably weren't in terrible danger. It
Um,
was really good. Really good movie.
Zach, Shelby, are you guys ready to play the very last episode of IMDb Idiots?
in just a minute, because I found another page of things in theater.
Oh.
That it's opening April 10th, so backtracking
Alright.
before April 17th. The Longest Ride, Ex Machina, Desert
Wait, where's
Dan-
Ex Machina playing?
It, I think
where
it's
did you-
everywhere, because it doesn't say limited.
Nice! I want to
So-
see that. It's one of the movies I'm most excited for this
Yeah,
year.
well, April 10th comes out. Desert Dancer,
It's
Clouds
all
of
about
Sils Maria, Kill Me 3 Times, Lost River, While We're Young. While We're Young is expanding nationwide, it says. And so is Danny Collins. And then in theaters right now that you can go see is Home, Get Hard, Insurgent, Cinderella, It Follows, Still Kingsman, The Secret Service,
That's a
Do You
good
Believe?
fucking movie.
Run All Night, The Second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and The Gunman. And now the list is complete.
And Furious 7.
Yeah, that's not on the list, though.
It should.
That's weird. And Furious 7.
Alright.
IMDb's list is wrong, then.
So, are you guys ready to play the very last episode of IMDb
Oh.
Idiots?
Yes.
Zach, this
Yep.
is your last chance to win.
I know.
Shelby, this is your last chance to beat Zach. Are you ready?
I guess. As ready as I'm gonna be.
This is going to be a very difficult one, because I'm only giving you 2 hints.
Oh shit.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's directed by Steve Barron. Barron.
Oh, hold on.
And here's your other hint. I'm going to give you both right now. The quote from this movie is, "A Jose Canseco bat? Tell me,
Oh,
you
Reagan
Teenage
didn't
Knight?
pay
Ninja
money."
Turtles.
Yep. "A Jose Canseco bat? Tell me,
I don't-
you didn't pay money for
Good
this."
Why would
movie.
you do... I don't even know these movies.
Oh, that's such
I've never even seen
There was a
Teenage
summer I
Mutant
watched that
Ninja
movie
Turtles.
every day for 3 months. Sometimes twice.
I've never seen it. It
You
came out
should- It's on Netflix.
4 years, but why would I watch? I was never
Why
a little
wouldn't you
boy.
watch
I
it?
wasn't a Power
Why
Rangers.
wouldn't you watch it?
For the same reason I wouldn't watch Power Rangers.
All right. The next movie is directed by Henry Koster. Koster.
Like Koster?
Yes.
Alright.
And it stars James Stewart.
Oh, shit. Is it Harvey?
It is Harvey.
Boom.
You ever seen that movie?
No.
Need to get on it. It's a great movie. I actually was in the play that they did of that movie.
Really?
James Stewart plays this guy. He's like the happiest guy in the world. Like never had a problem. Everything's great. The only problem is he has an imaginary 6-foot rabbit friend that walks around with him named Harvey.
Huh.
Everybody thinks he's crazy, but he's like, you know what? I don't care if you think I'm crazy because I am the happiest man in the world. Great movie. I think it has an 8.1 on IMDb.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
All right, Shelby,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah.
So this movie is directed by Terry George. George.
Is it Hotel Rwanda?
No.
Oh, fuck. I was just
Shelby?
throwing that out there.
Thanks, Zach. Now I don't get another hint, and I don't know. You said it was
Sorry.
written by? Or
Directed.
Directed by. Man.
Oh, wait.
Damn it.
I bet he didn't direct that. He probably wrote it. No, he directed
Hotel
it.
Room, he directed it.
Yeah.
It's just not that one. Terry George, Terry
I have it.
George.
I'm like looking at them. I just don't know. Is it a movie or a TV show?
I can't tell you.
I know.
He directed it though, so.
Standoff.
Boom! She got it.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I'm just gonna go for the Brendan Fraser
Who's
because
the
I
old
love
Brendan
him.
Fraser movie.
Fraser, oh my god.
I love Brendan Fraser.
Alright. Shelby. Good job. You're not out of the woods yet, though. Because he still only needs one movie to win. So, this next movie is directed by Joe Johnston. Johnston.
Okay.
Alright. And
Oh, he did that terrible piece of shit? Oh, man. Alright, go ahead. Sorry.
written by Homer H. Hickman Jr. And that is the book it's based off of.
Jumanji? Nope.
Shit. Who wrote it, you said?
Homer H. Hickman Jr.
I wonder if it's... No. Wait. No. Shit. This is hard. Life is hard. Well,
Oh,
shit.
damn it. I
Come
know
on,
it.
Zach, just throw
Is
a
it-
guess.
I know it. Just say something.
October Sky?
Damn it!
That's it.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know. That's a good movie.
You shouldn't have jumped the gun, Shelby, because Zach is the winner.
I think I won more
Whatever.
than anybody because I'm just awesome like
Well,
that.
I lose every time, so it doesn't
Well,
matter.
you know something else, Zach? You never beat me whenever I play.
That's because I took pity on you.
All
I'm just kidding.
right. Well, Zach, do you have any final words to all of our listeners who have stuck with us for over 47 episodes?
It was
with
fun. It was a lot of fun to just sit and bullshit about movies and TV,
Yep.
which we all watch too much of.
I remember when I approached you in Austin with the idea, you were so excited and you were down with the idea that we should do this.
Yeah, because it's fun. I mean, I want to do a Game of Thrones one, but I don't know anybody else to do it with.
I wouldn't do it.
I want to.
Well, maybe you can find somebody up in Chicago who is just as big a fan of Game of Thrones as you.
Maybe you call Austin down.
I don't think Austin's as big a fan of it as I am.
Yeah. But you and Austin definitely need to hang out.
I told him he should come by my house.
And whenever I come to visit you guys, we can all go out to Giordano's or the Real Club.
Or to that level 247 restaurant.
Oh, the arcade.
The Pac-Man themed restaurant.
Yeah.
which
Or go
sounds
to the
amazing.
Tommy Gun restaurant.
I've been there.
I went there too. The only time
In
I
high
ever went to
school.
Chicago.
Nice.
I was in high school also. I was in DECA.
Me too.
Oh, hey!
Oh, shit.
Nope, I'm out. Okay.
Nope, I'm out. What high school did you go to?
Hillcrest.
Did you have Miss Schaefer?
I did.
I love Miss Schaefer! I was her president!
She pissed me off, but I did like her.
Oh, I loved her. I was more of a secretary than any kind of marketing student. I never did any of the marketing work. I never did.
it either. I just went and got free sodas.
I took her class and I did whatever she told me to do.
They had this
I was
thing
her
one
little
time
secretary.
where they brought in like hundreds of McGriddles and hash browns for people that had good attendance. I had shitty attendance. And they had like 100 of them left over. I probably ate 15 of them.
Jesus.
Oh
dude.
man, they were good.
All right. Well, Zach, I want to say it's been a pleasure and an honor having you on this. One of my best friends. I'm going to miss you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss being here.
It was nice to meet you, Zach.
I know.
Whatever.
All right. Well,
I
thank
take
you.
it back.
Thank you to everybody for listening to episode 47 of the Flick Freak podcast. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you can find us at /Flick Freaks. Oh man, it still feels so good to say that. And I can even add Twitch in now and it still works.
Hey, I might be able to Twitch some Hearthstone on
Yeah.
our Twitch page now.
You're still going to be running like our Twitter and Facebook page. You're still going to be joining on Twitch every
the
now and then.
Facebook page that I never get. Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
our Twitter page is hooked up to where whenever you post something on Twitter, it posts automatically to Facebook.
Well,
So
yeah, I maintain the Facebook page too.
You've been posting to Facebook this whole time. You just didn't know
I like that.
it. So, yeah, you're still going to be a very integral part of this organization. It's just you're not going to be around with us to join us on the podcast, which is sad. But she always like, meh. He disagreed with me on a bunch of stuff, so good riddance.
Although I'm losing my only Frozen buddy.
Hey, Frozen's awesome.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So now every time I come in here and I say something about Frozen, I'm going to have Brian and Andrew.
Just know that I'm here in spirit.
Right.
We need a girl on the podcast, another one.
You are the girl.
No, we need another girl on the podcast.
We are like corporate America. We have our affirmative action hire, and the rest of it's just going to be a bunch of middle-aged white men.
Love that.
No.
That's the best ever.
All right.
Just an affirmative hire. See? That's how you just feel about me, Andrew.
Yep,
you ignore me.
Yep, I ignore you. You don't like anything. You're
just
our
an affirmative hire. Whatever.
Oh, man,
That's
that is
funny.
one of the most terrible things I've ever said. Well,
I laughed.
Again, thank you to everybody for listening. And hopefully we will find another host for this podcast in the future to where we can get these things up and running again.
And hopefully it'll be a female.
Hopefully it will be a 30-year-old white man who loves Star Wars and Lord of the Rings as much as I do.
Get James Ackerman!
He can't. The guy's he's a professor. He's way too busy.
He's got time.
And he doesn't watch as many movies as what we do. He watches...
He's the comic guy.
He could be the comic guy, that is for sure. But thank you to everybody for listening. We will catch you guys soon. Until then, peace out.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Forever.